Wow, look at all these laptops. Each and every one of them has a story to tell. And that story is that they are filthy and frankly pretty gross. Most of them have been discarded, thrown out to be recycled, or just thrown into the trash. They've been stripped for parts, and many of them don't even have a single screw to their name. Then there are the laptops that are old enough to qualify for a bolt loan. And many of them have these kinds of colorful body art. You might think that they're just plain bad. Hi there. Thanks for clicking on this video, or scrolling to this video, or however it is that you got here. Thank you, it helps a lot. So I'm here because I'm starting a brand new electronics refurbishing company. A lot of laptops just end up in the trash, end up as scrap, and we're in a rather interesting place in the tech industry, thanks to certain component shortages driving up the price of everything, including a lot of modern electronics. So what I want to do is I want to take a lot of these older laptops, including very ancient laptops by today's standard. I want to make them, well, useful for today, even if it's only useful for just browsing through the internet and scrolling through YouTube and whatever. So you don't really need a lot of raw power to do that. None of the laptops I'm selling right now are gaming laptops, at least certainly nothing that would run a modern game. But they can still run modern software, and so why not? And you'd be surprised about how a lot of the modern conveniences in these laptops existed as far back as, well, some of the oldest laptops I have. That I'm currently refurbishing. But why would you trust me? I'm a random internet stranger. My company is still in the process of forming as of this video, so why trust anything that I sell on there? Well, that's what this video and likely future ones is going to be about. So, and what better place to start refurbishing than with my very own laptop that I myself purchased refurbished, and I've since upgraded. You'll notice the gigantic battery on here. It is not what they call genuine battery. I don't think it is anyway. Genuine batteries being ones that you buy from the original manufacturer, even if it's not the company itself. So, for example, if you have a Dell laptop, you're not buying a battery from Dell, you're buying it from a genuine battery would come from the company that made those batteries for Dell for those laptops. So, but naturally, there's a lot of people that sell parts that aren't genuine, and it's a minefield to find ones that won't break a month after you buy them. So, but like any good company, it just requires some research, but that's neither here nor there. The only thing I can do is just do all that work on my end and make a laptop that you can trust will work. So, and how I'll be doing that is showing again, refurbishing my own laptop. This is an HP EliteBook 8470P. This served me very well. Currently it's running Windows 11 without issue, but I found out that there are even more upgrades I can make on it than what I've already done. When I originally purchased the laptop, it had an Intel 3rd generation i5. I've since upgraded it to an i7. It had 8 gigabytes of memory that I've since upgraded to 16. It came with a 200 and something gigabyte SSD drive that I have not upgraded, but would like to at some point in time in the future, especially because it will be handling a lot of my video creation, because it's not very convenient for my desktop to do this because my laptop is mobile. And the things I will be upgrading my laptop with are this. This is so these laptops have these, well, actually, let me show you that before before I start with that. These laptops have this little bit. Maybe you've seen these on your own laptop, or maybe you had one that had it. But this is just a plastic bit that filled in space that you could fill in with. I don't actually know what the purpose used to be. I think it was just a general purpose slot originally that could be filled with any number of different things, and it just ended up not getting used. Maybe if you owned any laptops between 2000 and 2020, they had those slots, and they probably most likely had that plastic bit. But I found something that can go in it. It doesn't do much except give me some extra USB 3.0 slots. So that's an easy upgrade. Another easy upgrade is this that came with it. This little doohickey I bought on eBay. It is a second battery. A lot of these laptops, as you might notice, have these bottom bits. So this top bit usually connect to a docking station, which can have a variety of purposes. I didn't buy the docking station. It's very old. It's very ancient. I might end up getting it anyway. It's just to have it. They're not very expensive. But this bottom one here that's in the middle between these two switches connects to a second battery. So as such, that laptop is capable of supporting a second battery. So that giant fat battery is already capable, if with the right settings, of lasting from between 6 and 8 hours. So with those same settings, I'm hoping to be able to get it to last quite a bit longer. Also, just because I could, upgrading the Wi-Fi from Wi-Fi 4 to Wi-Fi 5, which is the best that it can support. But most importantly, and most intensively, as far as the work I'll need to do, is upgrading the screen. So this is just carefully get it out of here from the right angle. There we go. Being careful to touch on this bottom part that has the do not touch sticker on it. But anyway, it's a higher resolution screen that I hope works, because I haven't had the chance to test it. Next time we'll be wearing gloves, because the other thing that my laptop desperately needs is a good and thorough cleaning. All of these things, well, the upgrading I don't do so much on the laptops that come into my little shop. I'm using quotation because my workspace is very the kind of workspace a brand new company with a budget of $0 would have. But anyway, So you might be asking, is that even fair to show a laptop being refurbished when it's already in working condition? But the thing is that a lot of laptops I buy, even when they are sold explicitly as for parts, do work just fine, and often just require. I'll also be repasting the laptop, and repasting meaning replacing all the thermals with brand new and better ones, just so the laptop can cool itself better. Right, my i7 heat throttles itself, but more on that later. But what I'm going to be doing is going to be a lot of what I do for laptops normally anyway. Most of the laptops here, all they need is a new battery, a new CMOS battery, maybe some extra RAM just to be able to use modern software. Most laptops I want to have at least 4 gigabytes of memory. And if I have the budget, I would upgrade it as well, naturally increasing the cost of the laptop as well. Any prices that you might see on my laptop is going to be based on how much it actually costs me to refurbish it. Parts I need, how much it costs to buy the laptop, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, where was I? All right. Refurbishing laptops is really most often that simple. Most of them just are throwing out laptops that otherwise work fine or have issues that just need to be cleaned. And that's what that's what I do. And that's what I'm going to show you. And I'll be able to talk a lot more about that as we get to the fixing. Got it.
I finally have everything set up. So let's if I'm being honest, I was expecting to do all of this on the floor, but I was able to steal this desk away. Yes, this is all very new here. Forgive me about the microphone. I'm using my webcam's built-in microphone for this. So normally if I do any videotaping anywhere other than right in front of my desktop, I would do that with my laptop. That's in fact what I'm gearing to use that for in the future. Get off. I do not like how much static I'm feeling from this thing. My lovely wife managed to clean all of this off rather readily. Get rid of this. And making sure I'm recording. Okay. Alright. And now we glove up. Because, once again, my filthy, grubby hands is the reason why my laptop needs to be cleaned. Speaking of which, why don't we get to work on that? Let's see here, just some alcohol. So, and I have this, this is a microfiber washcloth. So I originally purchased it just to use as a regular, wipe, but this does leave like little microfibers around because it is very, very cheap.
So after all that work, it turned out that of the 4 upgrades that I wanted to do, only 2 of them actually were able to... Only 2 of them were actually ones that I could use. Oh well. On top of that, I ended up with a couple of spare screws, a bunch of broken bits out of it, but still, it's in better condition than, it's in a better shape than it was before. Plus some new USB ports that I can actually use, because I won't have to use my multi-port USB thing anymore. What that is, if I can find it here, there it is. I see it. I see it. This fun little thing. Quite useful this is. Thankfully, I will hopefully not need to use it, at least not with that laptop again. Although it's useful for other things. But in any case, that was the teardown. So I don't know how much of all of that video, because there are several hours worth that I will use in this video, but especially because there was a part of that video that has no microphone, no sound or whatever, so we'll see how all that goes. Anyway, thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you join me again. But if you enjoyed that and you would like a similar laptop, I will have one available at my shop, the link to which is in the description. Thank you. See you next time. So there you have it, everyone. After hours of work, some issues with the parts, this laptop is new and clean, well, new-ish and clean, and if I were selling it, it would be ready to be sold, and I fully believe that this is going to work as well for me as I hope that all of my laptops will for you. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Take care and see you next time, and visit Triggtronics.com to see what laptops I have for sale. Thank you.